Camping's predictions live on. Even though Camping recanted his apocalypse predictions after 2011, that hasn't stopped aspiring doomsday prophets from picking up the ball and running with it. In 2015, Chris McCann of the E-Bible Fellowship, an online church based in Philadelphia, claimed that the world was coming to an end, which he determined by using a biblical math similar to Camping's. McCann claimed that Camping was right about May 21, 2011, but that it was just Judgment Day and not the actual apocalypse. That means that if God hadn't chose you to go to heaven by May 21, 2011, then you're out of luck. McCann claimed that on October 7, 2015, the world would be annihilated. Camping was a tireless promoter.
While deep into the promotion for his book 1994, a family radio church had a chance to distribute non-registered Bibles throughout China during a time in the country when Christians faced scrutiny from authorities. Most Christian leaders are excited about the opportunity to spread their religion, but Camping saw a marketing opportunity. Camping said that he would donate the Bibles, but only if the company that distributed them would also distribute his Doomsday book, 1994, along with them. Matt Tudor, a former employee of Family Radio, told Vice, "I said, so you're telling me your damn book is co-equal with the Bible?" And his words were, "Yes, it is."
It all began with Family Radio.
Prior to predicting the end of the world, Harold Camping was just the owner of a Christian radio station. He invested in Family Radio in 1958 with Dick Palmquist, and he started hosting Open Forum, a call-in show where he discussed biblical questions. Over the next 40 years, the radio station would transform from an innocuous Bible channel to Camping's private soapbox, where he preached the end of the world. He accomplished this takeover by replacing the other heads of the station with people who were either in his pocket or who were too afraid to tell him no.
In between Doomsdays, Camping was raking in the dough.
After the world kept spinning in 1994, Camping went back to his studio defeated and not in the least bit raptured. Instead of working on a different prophecy, or just doing regular conservative radio, he started selling properties owned by Family Radio while planning the advertising campaign that would promote the next big apocalypse. In 2003, they sold a radio station in Stockton worth $1 million, and 2 years later they traded a San Francisco-based FM station for a CBS AM station, making $1 million in the process. That $1 million in real estate sales was a nice addition to the $1 million in donations they had already received from their followers.
Camping went into hiding toward the end of his life.
Camping was always a solitary man, preferring to spread his message over the radio rather than in person. But as his predictions routinely crashed down around him, he began to hang back from the press. In a newsletter, Camping wrote to his followers, "Events in the last year have proved that no man can be fully trusted. Even the most zealous of us can be mistaken." When members of the press reached out to Camping or his team, they were rebuffed by his family members who also happened to be his employees. Camping's daughter, Susan Espinoza, told the Winnipeg News, "I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we at Family Radio have been directed to not talk to the media or the press."
After failing publicly, Camping flipped the script.
After all of his predictions completely failed, Camping had to find a new way for Family Radio to make money. People wouldn't donate to a preacher without a plan, so Camping changed his strategy
and began preaching that anyone trying to predict the apocalypse was committing a sin. He released a statement a few months after the May 21, 2011 debacle and its ensuing October mess, stating that he was wrong and that the whole thing was embarrassing. He said, "We were even so bold as to insist that the Bible guaranteed Christ would return on May 21st and that the true believers would be raptured." This incorrect and sinful statement allowed God to get the attention of a great many people who otherwise would not have paid attention. Well played.
His followers lost millions of dollars.
In the somewhat ridiculous story of Harold Camping, the people who are often glossed over are his followers, who collectively lost millions of dollars donating to his End of the World campaign. While Camping supposedly never drew a salary from the family radio donations, the money that people gave funded the advertising for Camping's prophecy. Family radio reportedly brought in millions in the 3 years before the supposed May 21st apocalypse, on top of the millions that Camping and his group made prior to the 1994 prediction. People dipped into their life savings to ensure that Camping's message was disseminated. Matt Tudor, a man who worked for Camping, told Vice, "There were a lot of people who sold their houses, who gave up their life savings, and Harold thought it was funny. He would come into my office and say, 'They're broke, but I'm not giving their money back.'" Harold was a very twisted man. One supporter who worked for New York's transportation agency donated over $0 of his savings to Camping's crusade.
He didn't give up on his doomsday prophecy.
Okay, so the apocalypse prediction in 1994 was a straight-up dud. No one denies that. But Harold Camping was completely certain that his next prediction was right on the money. He recalculated his biblical math and decided that the real end of the world would occur on May 21, 2011. As the globe is not currently covered in an apocalyptic fire, we know that Camping's prediction was incorrect. After his second big theory fell apart, Camping stayed in his house for a couple of days before announcing to the press that he was flabbergasted. He told ABC News when May 21st came and went, "It was a very difficult time for me, a very difficult time."
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.